So when I worked at the lab, you so silly. When I worked at the lab, this was I started the process even before this, but what I found out, so my blood type is AB. I don't know. Do you all know your blood type?
I think I'm
Yeah.
O.
I don't
Oh,
remember. Yeah, I
okay.
don't
So
remember.
I'm AB, and what I found, those that came through, anyone that I came in contact with that had any type of autoimmune or alopecia or vitiligo or anything, I'm like, what is your blood type? And their blood types were always A, B, or O, right?
Oh,
So, so with AB, I have the stomach acid of an A. I say that it's very important because we don't process foods on a like we should, like bees. Bees process, they can eat and process and it's coming out, it's good. But for some reason for A and AB and O, there's a gut issue. There's some type of gut issue that happens. And the thing is it's really getting to the root of that. So me going vegan, because I was vegan for so many years, even had the vegan cafe, and I thought that that was, the way that I needed to go. I stopped eating red meat in my 20s, and I was thinking, well, maybe I'll do vegan. But what I found out is that even the things that are staple for vegans to eat, my
yeah.
body couldn't process them. I couldn't process
Really?
beans. I can't process beans at the time. Soy was my enemy. Like it was the enemy. So I couldn't do tofu. So I was like,
Oh,
I was
wow.
basically a malnourished vegan.
Oh
Mm,
Okay.
my
Like
gosh.
yeah.
Yes.
serious,
Oh my.
serious. And then when I started eating meat again, chicken is not good either. It's not, because it lets off a chemical that we're unaware of, but my body still can't break it down. So I take digestive enzymes to justify anything that I eat nowadays, because really everything works against me. And that's the
Wow.
reason
Wow.
why. So through the digestive enzymes and me just switching, changing, and tweaking a lot of the foods that I do eat and the supplements that I take, L-glutamine, very important to create a strong lining in my gut.
Never heard of that.
That's been one of the things that here in the last year I have seen such a huge difference. For the longest time, I had a spot right here, a bigger spot on the side, like over here. You guys
Oh
can see there's
wow.
hair here. I
Yeah.
had the biggest spot,
Yeah, I
like this
see.
was
Yep.
gone. This was
Yeah.
gone. This
Yeah.
was like this over here. I
Oh
have this hair
wow.
here. So there's a difference. There's a change that's happening. And I'm like, okay, so it's me tweaking it along the way, but it has been gut related. It has been me eating basically for my blood type, or eating those things that are
Mhm.
good, but then also putting those supplements in my system that will help with the gut lining. Because they'll call it what, leaky gut. So you've heard of that, Kim, right? The
Yes.
Yeah.
leaky
Yes.
gut.
Yeah.
So they'll say that the people that have an autoimmune or like alopecia, they'll say, well, because you have leaky gut, it is the nastiest thing, because basically what it is that in the lining of the lining of your gut and your intestines, you have basically these little tears, and everything that you eat pretty much, the stuff just kind of floats out in the ether,
Oh,
so it's
Right.
not. Oh yeah, so it's not doing really what it's supposed to do. It's the reason why you either have diarrhea or constipation. There's something that's messed up. So it's really getting your gut, the intestines, healthy enough to even deal with the foods that you're eating. So that's number one, and that's what I've really been
Wow.
focusing on the last year. So that and the fact that I do have, yeah, I have spots, but my hair has been fuller than it's ever been since I've had alopecia now.
because you're fixing your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say, yeah, food nutrition is everything. You think
Hmm.
of it nutrition from, oh, a weight gain or loss perspective, right? Or from a diabetes, the health standards of diabetes, but it's actually bigger than that.
Hmm.
It's if you're going, it's autoimmune. reflective. So many other areas why nutrition is so important. It's so funny.
Right.
When I went to the doctor for sleep apnea, she said diet. Everything goes back to diet. If
Wow.
you change your diet, you wouldn't have sleep apnea anymore. You don't have
Did
to
she
be on.
say you have sleep apnea?
I don't know. I get to get on the machine on the 29th to find out. Nori told
Okay.
her
Good.
yes. Nori
Okay.
gave her examples of how I sleep, and she fell out on the floor because she does it best. And it's horrible. And so
Wow.
Nori's a comedian. And I
Well,
said,
and
I don't think I
your
have
dad
it.
had it. Is it
Yeah,
hereditary?
and we think mom had it too, but of course, mom didn't go to the doctor since she had me. So we think mom had
Okay.
everything. We think mom had diabetes. We think she had sleep apnea, and the list goes on. But we cannot validate it because she never went to the doctor. But yeah, so and Rob, he has it, and I said, Rob's saying I have it, and I said, you want me to have it because you have it, right? I don't have it. You want me to have it because you have it, okay?
Right.
You're just jealous because I don't have any of the things you have.
You too.
I mean, this heredity genetic thing, I'm isolated.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
just like
So,
we're related, and I'm just like, no, I don't have an autoimmune, because I'm isolated in this family. I'm set aside.
You are too silly. Too silly.
I stand alone.
Lord.
I have everything else, but I don't have that. I don't have that.
Well,
Lord.
I'm glad you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see. I'll get on and I'll be like, oh, my life. I have sleep apnea. I'm trying to
But
fix it
then
from a
your doctor
nutritional
can fix it so
standpoint.
you can sleep, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to do it from a nutritional standpoint before I do the test so that if I did have it, it's going to say no. Because
Oh,
I worked on it before the test. I
you
have
worked
till
on
the
it before the
29th.
test.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to juice. I'm going to starve myself to death. I'm going to do everything possible. Then when I take the test and it says you don't have sleep apnea, right? I'm gonna be like, I told you guys. And then I'm going to overeat again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
Yeah.
Don't
boy.
do
Yeah,
that
that's
because then
it.
that'll trigger something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That is true. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't. But so many people have it. I think that's another show too, because why are people having sleep apnea now? I mean, was it always around and we just didn't know? Why is it so vivid now? Or are we just
Yeah.
all now
Yeah,
unhealthy?
I don't know
Because
anything about sleep apnea.
really, it's like so
Mm-mm.
huge. So many people have it, and then also you think
A lot of
about some
people have it.
people that are dying in their sleep, and then you go back and you find out, they had all these ailments that they didn't know they have, and sleep apnea being one because you stop breathing, right?
Right.
Mm.
So people who aren't going to get it checked out. That's the reason I'm going because the seriousness of having it and not doing anything about it. You
Right.
actually, I was surprised Rob's still here. I forgot how he stops breathing. They said over a minute or two or something they were scared. Like they had to actually go put him on oxygen because he stopped breathing so long. And they said,
Oh.
this was before mom passed. And they said, he said, I'm retiring let's see, he retired at 55. Mom, yeah, and that's when mom passed along then. I think he got his tested when he was 50. And he said, yeah, I'm going to retire at 55. They said, oh, well, don't worry about it because you're not going to make it till then.
What?
That's why he got
Who told him that?
the
The
doctor.
doctor?
Yeah. So that's why he went ahead and got the machine and started doing something about it because
Oh, good.
that was
It
vivid
works.
for him. Like, you're not going to be here because
But
that's
is he constantly on the machine even now? Is he on the
he
machine now?
is. Yeah, he is. He walks but he just doesn't from a nutritional standpoint. He doesn't do everything that he needs to do. And it's so funny because what I realized when I went in for my test, you can do the in lab one or the at home one. And I never thought anything about it. I was like, yeah, well, I don't have anybody to keep Nori, so I'm going to do the at home one. I'm going to make my choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rob did the in lab one. Well, when I went, and they do your vitals and everything like that, and so when it got to sitting down to discuss if I'm doing in lab or at home. I was like, yeah. She said, which one are you going to do? I said, I'm going to do it at home because I don't have anybody to watch my daughter and I can't stay away from home overnight. And so she starts looking at, she's like, oh, your BMI is too high. You have to do the in lab one. You're off by 1 point. So that's how much, they even, yeah, from your BMI, if you can do in lab or at home. And I
Oh,
said, it's
wow.
off by a point. She said, you have to be 40 or less. You're 41, right? And I said,
Wow.
it's 1 point. I was such a comedian at that appointment. She moved it back a point so I could do it at home. Yeah,
Oh
she
my
fell out
goodness.
laughing over everything that I said. And so by the end of them, she's like, I'm going to mess with it. I'll mess with it a little bit, right? And then,
That's
yes,
good.
I could
Yeah.
do it at home. Now, I don't know if that's going to do anything with the test, right? Because really I should do it in lab, but yeah, your
Well, when they
BMI
do it
makes a
at
difference.
home, are you on video the whole time? Is that how how do they
They
monitor you?
put a
Yeah.
strap around your chest and a strap around your stomach, and you're on a machine all night long, and it
So
reports back to the
are they
lab.
coming to hook that up? Are they coming to hook it
No, they're
up?
going to show me how to hook it up at the lab, and then I'll hook it up that night, and
Okay.
it reports back constantly. Like, so you're
Okay.
on a machine. Anything crazy happens, they call you, right? Yeah. So because you're all tapped into, they're reading you all
That's
night
good.
long.
Okay.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah. So
because
I'm
Drina
really kind of
went.
excited to see what they're gonna say.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Drina went into, she did it in, and she wasn't over BMI or anything. Drina actually went in, and she's, she's little, as
Yeah.
far as her, as far as skinny, but she would snore. There was a lot, and the fact is that she has blood pressure issues as well. So, but she went in to have it done, and they had her hooked up to all the machines. But of course, like I told you, she didn't even. They said that she didn't have it. Like all the times I was telling her, I was like, you stop breathing. Like it's crazy.
Oh.
But
So
she
what
didn't
is it
even
then?
have it.
If she's
The-
snoring and stop breathing, they don't know?
right. They were like, okay, but it's not sleep
Wow.
apnea. Whatever she did during that night did not constitute sleep apnea.
Okay.
That is
Does
wild.
she still have trouble sleeping?
I mean, she still sleeps and she still she still does her, the snore. And maybe it's not as bad because I'll correct her too, like put your head down or something. Because sometimes she'll be like this because she sleeps all kind of ways. She could sleep anywhere, but her head will be cocked over to the side or something. I don't know, but I'll sit there and adjust her and tell her to turn or whatever. But yeah,
You said she sleep
it's
off.
crazy.
Well, that messes with your sleep then.
That's the reason why. Look, these right here in the noise cancellation, they're wonderful.
You
They're
like
Ah,
wonderful.
it?
Oh, they're wonderful. That I love my headsets because I'm telling you, all I do is when she starts, because a lot of times if she is in a good position, I won't mess with her because she is sleeping. I'll just go
right.
ahead and throw my headphones in and put my little sleep music on, and I'll go sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, you look at her
Hmm.
snoring and you put those in. All I do is win, 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 no matter
No
what.
matter what. Yeah, that's Julia's sleep music.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I'm like, it really is deep sleep. I'm like deep sleep is some meditation music though, but no, yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah, we
yeah,
gotta do this again. Like I said,
definitely.
there's two shows out of this, the fitness and the uh, LBQTB.
LGBTQIA plus.
LGBTQ,
I
yes,
need a
yes,
note. Like I need notes. I need to
It's a lot
practice.
of letters. I give you
yeah.
that. It's a lot of letters.
It's so dope that there's one thing that's so impressive. I love parents, and that's the reason why you cut down on suicide rates as well. Is that when you have, when you make your child feel safe at home, then
Yeah.
that cuts down on the rate. I mean, of course, they're going to have the bullying and everything at school and stuff,
Yeah.
but if they can make it through that and have the love and support of their parent, you got somebody that's on, that's going to go and they're going to thrive in life. And I can't
Yeah.
believe that we even now are still dealing with um issues around LGBTQIA. Like I can't believe like we are still dealing with that. We're still dealing with kids not being able to come out. My daughter is very fluid. She's very fluid. I mean, she's it's crazy because I mean she's like whoever she likes, who she likes.
Right.
Who
And
is the other one?
What is that,
and right now
pan?
it's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right now it is a girl. So, but like last year it was a guy, and it was, you know, so and but for me, and I guess me being in the position that I'm in and being, you know, coming out when I was 39, of course I'm gonna look at her and be like, girl, please, you know, like you good. Like she didn't even there was
Right.
no coming out or anything. She just was who she was.
Yeah,
She
there's
didn't
no
have to come out.
there
She's
should not
right.
be any coming out. Because I always tell people
No.
I never came out as straight.
Right.
That.
You said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is
So it
there
is
this
just
cloud?
being right.
I
It's just
I
being.
unfortunately think there will always be an issue because I feel it has nothing to do with sexuality or morality. It's control. The powers that be want things a certain way, and it's not for the betterment of the people. It's
Right.
control. It's just control. It's control.
When you say
You
Just
know,
like
control,
racism, and
because you
just like
want, because it's dictated, as you said on the last show, you said a man and a woman gets married, the man, you know, just how that structure from the beginning of time, from a control perspective, right?
well,
Um,
it's not from the beginning of time because history shows us that the man woman married for love dynamic is not that's not from the beginning of time. I think we talked on the last show about indigenous people of the Americas, trans people being very revered because it was
mm,
the melding of the divine feminine and the divine masculine.
two
So
spirited.
some cultures look at different ways of being as, wow, this is great. I mean, heterosexuality has not been the norm throughout history. We're just taught that. We
Right.
are, and taught might be the wrong word. We are programmed that that is the right way.
oh,
That part. That part. That
It's
part.
programming. It's programming.
Yeah. From the
Because
beginning.
where do we learn this? We learn it from media, we learn it from church, we learn it from our parents, the people around us,
Yeah. Which they don't understand. So all they do is go and
which they
say
don't
it's
understand. Yeah.
which is so crazy because all they do is go and they do what they've been told or what they've been taught. So then they're gonna sit there and teach you the same thing. It's just like, and this is just an analogy that I have. It's just like when somebody sends me a video and they send me a video of something, and I'm looking at this and it's some inspirational something, and I'm like, huh, but I see that it's a clip. So let me go, I need to go find the rest of the clip. Okay.
Right.
Because,
Right.
so that's something that our parents did not do. They weren't able to go find the rest of the clip. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
so before I
That's
go
good.
and spread this particular word about this, I need to understand the origin of this first before I go and put it out there, because I'm not sharing something that I know, well, no, this, they said this at first. It's just like how, you know, pastors pull pieces to put their message together. They're gonna pull a little bit here. No, tell me about that entire passage, that entire verse and chapter right there,
Or the
and
entire
then make it
book.
relatable. That part. So our parents weren't given the whole piece, nor were they able to go and do the research themselves. And so
Yeah.
they took what was given to them. You
They did the
know,
best they could.
right? So that is what it is, and it's so crazy.